What's going on, YouTube? Hopefully you're not getting too much of the wind. It's a little windy where I am, but I'm out at the range. And if you guys will follow the podcast that we do live every Friday, you will know that we've been working on a 6.5 Grendel conversion for the Sterling Arms International R18 Mark II rifle. And I've got that rifle with me right now. And it's taken us a little bit of time to kind of get this thing going. There's a lot of custom parts on here. I mean, obviously, the meat and the potatoes is still, Sterling Arms, but we don't have a Sterling barrel on here. We don't have a Sterling bolt on here. And especially when it comes to the bolt, we've had a couple of issues with it and just trying to get it run a little smoother. I think we've got it to the point where we can, really try to do some work and make some progress here. So we're going to do some load development for hunting, because this is going to be my hunting rifle this year. And so we need to know what it can shoot and how it can shoot it and everything else. So this is a obviously 6.5 Grendel. We're using Hornady Brass. We're using Federal small rifle primers, and we're using 129 grain Hornady SST bullets. We're testing a load. This load is done with BLC2 powder. Just a little while ago, I was testing it with a minimum load. I found a load work up. I was testing it with a load of 29, just over 29 grains of powder, 29.3 grains of powder. And it was a little slow. We were getting an average feet per second of 2,316 feet per second. I'll put a quick image up there for you guys so you can see that. So we're out again. We're gonna chrono these ones with 31 grains of powder, because I think we can make that big of a leap pretty safely. But we're about to find out. So, come along on the journey. We're gonna look at everything through a very basic Cabela's intensity 20 to 60. What's that called? That's called a spotting scope. We're going to use the Tacticam Spotter SLR to help us out with that, so you'll see the shots as I'm making them. And I don't know, we're going to try this out so you can see my ugly mug while we're shooting, so you can see how much I flinch, I guess. We'll see if this works. If you're watching this and you don't see any footage from that Tacticam, that's because it didn't work very well. But we're going to test it out, because you never know. And use a lab. First of all, I am on a live range, so you're going to hear other shots. We're going to use a lab radar to test our chrono speeds, and let's do it. Let's see what happens. Okay, cross your fingers. Here goes shot number one. So we got 2,449 feet per second. That is good. Take a look at this brass. I am seeing absolutely nothing. Pressure signs. There's no plunger marks. There's no plunger marks. Nothing. That is a successful first shot. Now what I want to know really is, can I put a second one anywhere near the first one? Why am I not? Huh. You guys knew that a long time ago, didn't you? Why didn't you guys say something? You got a failure to feed there. Ooh, we're catching on the feed ramp, it looks like. Yeah, geez, there's some sharp edges on that feed ramp. I might have to look at that when I get back, guys. Let's let you see that here. We're just catching right on the feed ramp on that Faxon barrel. Don't make the mistake thinking that that's a Sterling problem, because this is a Faxon barrel. Let's see if that happens again. Okay. Take two on shot two. Okay, 2,452 feet per second. I'm asking why I'm single loading these guys, I just am. That's no good, is it? Shot three. (2,466 feet per second. Let's take two back to back, see what happens. (2,468). 2,470. Just keeps going faster and faster. Look at that stovepipe. Isn't that something? Squish the brass. You know what? Still absolutely nothing for pressure signs. Guys, if you had told me that I could use BLC2 powder, get over 2,400 feet per second on a 6.5 Grendel with a 20-inch barrel in a semi-automatic, I would have done this a long time ago. Yeah, the brass looks good. Is that just the slightest little indentation from the plunger? But this does not look like bad brass, other than I squished it because it's stovepiped. Let's take a break and take a look at how our groupings are at this point. Well, I'm not super happy with these groups, if I'm being honest. I mean, this is great. You know, that's about 1 inch there, but you know, 1 and 2, not so great there. Overall, that's what, about a 2.5 inch group. It's not what I was hoping out of this. Maybe it's me. I don't think I'm that shitty a shot. I'm usually not that bad. But those are definitely two outliers. Let's do this again. We're going to shoot up here, and we're going to see if we get those same outliers. We're going to shoot a 5-shot group, just like we just did. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll work. Let's find out. Okay, we've got 5 rounds now. We're going to take a look at what our accuracy is with this load. Not happy with what we just, like almost 3 inch. Don't like it, no sir. So we're still going to be testing the, velocities and see what we're doing with that, but we're also going to take a look at our accuracy. So we're going to go top left target. We didn't extract that last round. Let's go see how we did with this. No, guys, this looks terrible. This is not good. That's what, 3.5 inches there? 1, 2, well, about 3 inches, I guess. But that's not good at all. Even, you know, that there, that's more than I would expect. So I don't know if it doesn't like the SSTs. I don't know if it doesn't like the 129 grain bullet. I can't imagine that it's the powder that it doesn't like. That shouldn't be that big of a concern, but the velocities definitely got to where we wanted them to be. The accuracy is absolutely not where it's going to need to be. So what we're going to do, we're going to call it a day on this for today. We're going to get our hands on some factory rounds in 6.5 Grendel. Hopefully we can find some varying sizes for bullets. They're a little tricky to get locally around here. I might have to order some online, we'll see. But we're going to try some factory ammunition in here and get ourselves a baseline for maybe what this barrel is capable of in terms of accuracy. And then we're going to carry on from there. Okay, let's take a final look at our velocity results here. We had, well, first of all, I chronoed 10 shots. You saw all 10 of them. I took them all on camera. Our average was 2,462 feet per second. That's great. Going from an average of 2,316 to 2,462, that's amazing. I really like that. Even in the winter, I should be able to see, you know, I'm expecting slower velocities in the winter, but I should very easily see over 2,400 feet per second, even hunting with this in the winter. So super happy with that. My extreme spread and my deviations were a little bit different than last time. I had a 47 foot per second extreme spread and a 13.9 standard deviation. I mean, it's not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just taking a look at the last one. So with the 29.3 grains of powder, I had an average of 2,316 feet per second. I had an extreme spread of only 29 feet per second, and I had a standard deviation of 9.04. And that's over 16 rounds, whereas this is only over 10 rounds. So it's a bit of a larger sample size, and I had a much better extreme spread and standard deviation. So I'm not too sure what to think about that. It might be worth playing around with maybe, you know, this is 31 grains, the other one was 29.3 grains. It might be worth laddering down a little bit and see what happens. But, you know, I don't want to sacrifice too much of that velocity just because I want to be over 2,400 feet per second for hunting. But and again, even if I am a little under 2,400 feet per second, I mean, that's still more than good enough for deer. It's just a personal goal that I've got. So that's where we are at with all of this. And we'll see you guys next time as soon as we do some more testing on the Sterling Arms International R18 in 6.5 Grendel custom conversion. Boy, that's a mouthful. I got to figure something else out to refer to this, but maybe I'll do that in the next video. See you guys later.